So here we are in Red Dead Redemption 1, the beginning of it all. What we see is a ferry coming from Blackwater, and you'll see this brand new thing called a automobile, and that's a hint that times are changing. The Wild West may not be the Wild West much longer, and we see our protagonist, our main character, John Marston, being escorted by federal agents, and that's a newly created agency in the American government. They escort him from the Blackwater ferry to the train station. And the backstory here is that John Marston has been in a gang for a long time and has been caught. And they're putting a little pressure on him, a lot of pressure, actually, that if he doesn't head to Armadillo, the town of Armadillo, where his former gang members are holed up, and kill or capture them, that the federal agents will do harm to Marston's family. So a little bit of government pressure there. So he has no choice at all. So he's been forced to come to Armadillo. He's told to meet Jack at the saloon, who's the guy right there with the beard and the hat. And Jack is supposed to escort him, show him where the gang members are hiding. So he will tell him to follow him, and they'll head outside and get on their horses here in a moment. So most of this is introduction to the gameplay, how to move around, how to follow, how to get on a horse. You'll see right there on the screen, it gives you some hints. I accidentally pull my gun here by accident. I do that a lot. I don't know why, and I have a hard time putting it back away. It just happens a lot. So, I remember when I first started playing this game, I would shoot people by accident all the time, and I was always in trouble. So here I pull my gun again, and the horse rears, or maybe the horse reared because the train made noise and took off. So, and then the tutorial here is telling me, hey, if I hold the A button down, I can match the speed of someone I'm riding with. I can just hold down the A button and we'll stay at the same speed. So I'm heading through Cholla Springs here. We're going to cross over the train track. Also telling me, hey, my horse's stamina is represented by the bar on the left of my map, my radar on the lower left. So the green is the stamina. Now we're in a region called Two Crows. So these are just small regions in the area. And so a little bit of dialogue back and forth between this guy who's just basically saying, hey, I don't know why you want to go to Fort Mercer, where Bill Williamson is holed up. So he's the head bad guy, Bill Williamson, and he used to be in the gang with Marston. So as we ride through the countryside, we get a chance to kind of get a real feel for the West. It's just beautiful terrain, just such an amazing game. I remember when I first played it on the PlayStation, I think 2 or 3, that it came out in 2010, It's the second in a series. Now we're in Rio Bravo. Rio Bravo, another region. Red Dead Revolver was the first game that came out in 2004. And then in 2010, Red Dead Redemption came out, and it was just so amazing. I just remember being in love with the Wild West and the feel of this game where you get to be a cowboy and you can choose between, good or bad choices to some degree. You're still a bad guy, but there is such a thing as honor in the game. And so if you just are just a complete scumbag and just shoot everybody and steal everything, and your honor will be really low. And that's actually a path that you can choose to take. Or you can go for a higher honor and try to be a good, sort of a good guy. You're still an outlaw. And that's kind of part of the storyline is Red Dead Redemption based on trying to redeem yourself for all the bad you've done. So here he is at Fort Mercer, and Jack says, I'm out of here. Or maybe it's Jake. I think it's Jake. Jake says, I'm out of here. So your job is to approach Fort Mercer, and your goal here is to convince Bill Williamson to give up, right? I think you're a good guy at heart. You don't necessarily want to just start drilling him with bullets. And I'm thinking that that's what he wants to happen. But I think he knows deep down that he might have to do some shooting. And so here at the fort, he's calling Bill.
Bill, I've come for you.
To show himself.
Bill Williamson.
And Bill says, hey, John, go away. I don't want any part of this.
Don't make me kill you.
And
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
he eventually pops out with a gun.
You must think
Looks like it's one-on-one here. Although Bill's got the gun out and pointed, and Marston obviously is at a disadvantage at the lower elevation and doesn't have his gun out. And then the second and the third guy show up, which clearly means this isn't going to go the way he was hoping. And he's going to have to be a fast draw here, or walk away, which he can't. He can't do because his family is at risk. So he's going to have to take a chance. So he's working at trying to convince Bill, hey, just give yourself up. And of course he doesn't want to do that. And so here you will see in a minute.
Now I'm in charge.
After Bill tells him he's in charge now, and John needs to go away, and maybe next time they'll send somebody a little bit more impressive, he says. So John's kind of backed into a corner, and he's thinking here, you can see, and then he realizes, I'm going to have to shoot. So he reaches for his gun, but he's outgunned. He's outnumbered. He gets blasted. And he lays there to die. Buzzards are hovering, getting ready to start pecking at the body. But luckily, a local rancher comes by, and her father, and they take a look at him and realize he's still alive. And so they're going to load him up and haul him back to their ranch. And she's kind of on a lookout with the gun because they realize they could get shot at by doing what they're doing and killed themselves. But that's where it ends. Catch you next time. For now, Mr. Johns is out.